Good guess that a lot of you are going to raise your hands, but I'm just curious, how many of you ask for signs? Like signs that you're on the right path, signs to, help you make decisions, peace of mind? Okay, yes, I do too. In fact, this morning I asked for a sign. More specifically, I asked to get the hiccups as my sign. Yeah. Fun fact about me, I absolutely love having the hiccups. I know. I don't get them very often. I am the person that, no joke ladies, I will inhale cold stuffing with the intention of getting the hiccups. And when I do get them, I make a big deal out of it. I make a really big deal out of it. I text my favorite people. I let them know about the good news. I gather my children and my husband, and I'm like, just wait for it. See? It's going to be a great day. That is me. I'm not even joking. I get them maybe 3 or 4 times a year. I don't know if that's good, if that's bad for anybody that does know. But this morning I said, okay, give me the hiccups as my sign to let me know that what I've prepared will be useful for all those who decide to join me. Anyone want to guess what happened? It's like 50-50, right? I did not get the hiccups, so we are all in for a great surprise. See what happens. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Surie, and I am a recovering runner. Not the kind with the really fancy, great shoes, with this random number in their head that they're really competitive with, one foot in front of the other, but the kind of runner that constantly would run from themselves. Anything to avoid or escape the discomfort of being in your own skin. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah, well, lucky for you guys, I'm also a self-relationship expert and breakthrough coach. I have the awesome opportunity of working with women, all walks of life, helping them to restore their vitality, peace of mind, and help them to rebuild their relationship with their most authentic self. Very cool, right? Now, what I have prepared for you today is I'm going to answer 3 questions that I get asked the most. But these were also the same 3 questions that I had when I first started my journey of rebuilding my relationship with myself. Why do I keep getting stuck? What actually needs to change? And how do I become that version of myself that I know I am meant to be? Now, my intention is that by the time we're done, that you will have some new, profound perspectives that will help you make some simple, radical shifts and most definitely put you on the path to falling crazy in love with yourself and your life. Something you need to know, I absolutely love this topic. So if I go off on a tangent, get your pens ready, ladies, because you're about to get some great bonus material. I have always asked for signs, even before I knew that that's what I was doing. But in the past, they sounded more like a beg or a plea, like I was trying to cut a deal with somebody. Because the truth was, I desperately wanted to be happy. I wanted to feel that spark of life. I wanted to feel this joy, this laughter, and I absolutely wanted to feel comfortable in my own skin and in my own mind. Now, it was Easter 2010 when I got the sign that I have been asking for. Now, ladies, this is the kind of sign that everyone hopes for, the big neon flashing sign with the arrows and your name on it, right? And you're like, just give me a clear sign, please. Not that one, something different. It was a very clear sign. It was big, it was bold, and it was unmissable. So up until that point of my life, I had 3 children, all under the age of 5. My husband and I and my kids lived in my parents' basement, and we relied heavily on the state for food and medical assistance. I hated getting up in the mornings just to face another lifeless day, and don't get me started, the woman staring back at me in the mirror. She constantly reminded me of my past failures, my shortcomings, everything I should have done, everything I did wrong. But this Easter morning, I remember like it was yesterday. I can still smell the fresh baked breads and the unforgettable smell of hard-boiled eggs. The sun was coming through the kitchen window, melting the chocolates on the Easter table that had been decorated by the Easter Bunny himself, also known as Grandma and Grandpa. Now, everything that happened that morning was recorded, and I didn't know until later that afternoon, when I was walking down the hall and my 4-year-old daughter ran up to me yelling, "Mom, you're on Grandpa's TV, come see, come see." She was pulling on my arm, and I pulled my arm back, and I said, "I've got stuff to do." And she started crying. Now, for those of you who are very familiar with young children, some of their cries will make your bones shake, and you become desperate just to get them to stop. That's the kind of cry that she had. So I decided, okay, all right, you win. I went and I sat down on the couch. I plopped her on my lap. My stepdad's sitting next to me, and he has my other 2 kiddos on his lap. And he's got his TV, also known as a tablet. And he's replaying all of Easter morning. And I'm looking straight ahead, and I'm thinking of all the other things I would much rather be doing. I've got chores to do. I've got to do the laundry. I've got to vacuum. I've got to finish this over here. But as I'm watching, something catches my eye, and I start to feel like this knot in my stomach. And it was as though somebody took my face and just pulled me and forced me to watch this tablet. And this is what I saw. I saw me at the kitchen sink, and I was just, my back was to the rest of the kitchen. And I was just throwing dishes around, slamming cupboards, there was only a few dishes in there, but I was really angry. My kids were on the floor playing jacks with my mom. She was teaching them how to play the oversized jacks. And my stepdad and my husband were in the back corner by the Easter table, making sure they got all the chocolates, talking about whatever they talk about. And I watched as my 4-year-old daughter, the same one who begged me to watch Grandpa's TV, popped up off the floor like a spring, and she ran over to the Easter table and started picking up eggs and looking at it. She put it down. She'd pick up another egg, and she looked at it, and she put it down. And she'd have a jelly bean here and there. And then I saw her eyes get big, and she reached across the table as far as she could, got up on her tippy toes, and grabbed this egg. And she looked at it, and she lit up. She comes running up behind me, dancing. She says, "Mommy, I made this for you. Mommy, I made this for you." Over and over and over again. And I'm ignoring her. She gets sick and tired of my behavior and says, "Mommy, I made this for you." And I turn around, I smack the egg out of her hand, and I yell, "I don't care, I don't want it!" And I turn around. The egg hits the oven door, hits the ground, and bursts. It breaks in pieces, just like little Summer Jay's heart did. And I watched her look up at me, and she looked down at the egg, and she picked up the big pieces of these colors that she'd put together just for her mommy. And I I watched her pale, pale skin, her white hair, crystal blue eyes that were full of tears. She picked up the pieces and she held them to her chest. And I watched her whisper something to her hands. And I'm just thinking, what did she just say? What did she say? And I'm trying to turn the tablet up, and she kissed her hands. And as she walked out of the kitchen, she said, "It's okay. Grammy says Mommy loves me." And I thought, wait. Grammy says Mommy loves me? Well, when was the last time I told my kids I love them? When was the last time I tucked them into bed? When was the last time I took them for a walk? When was the last time I told my kids I loved them? I was so stuck in this inner chaos in my mind, in my body, that I was missing everything. I was missing it all. And at the same time, I was incredibly confused because I thought that I had done everything that I was taught to be happy. Like my mom, she would say, if the kids are fed and clean, they're happy, right? Then mom's happy. And if you take care of everyone, you're happy. You say yes to everyone, that's happy. You just smile and you'll be happy. Don't talk about it, don't complain, you'll be happy. I was tipping the scales at 300 pounds, not too far before this day. And I remember watching people who were fit, skinny, thinking, that's it. I have to lose the weight, then I'll be happy. That's it. And I lost the weight. But I lost the weight, and